Well. Happy Friday, ladies. Happy motherfucking Friday. I'm so happy to see y'all here. Y'all see the title of this. The veil has been lifted. Let me do my shout outs. Randomly, Enlighten is here. VN Training is here. Luna's here. Crazy Cat Lady is off in this motherfucker. Colette de Jour is here. Hey, Poison Ivy, how you doing? We got damn, y'all showed the fuck up. Y'all commented a lot before we even gone live. That's what I'm talking about. That's the support I'm talking about. What's going on, Empress Libra? Now, check it the fuck out. Ladies, I don't think that, the hiding and the bullshit is over. I got a lot of shit to go over tonight. I really, really do. So if it seems like I'm all over the place, it's because I am. I'm not even going to deny that shit. So much shit has happened in the goddamn universe. The whole goddamn world is up under a whole bunch of smoke. I'm seeing it all over the place. But here's the deal. Ain't nobody ignorant of what Blackistan is given. When I tell you, ladies, you got to get the fuck up out of there, you need to do it quickly because people are starting to see everything. It's never totally been hidden, but people are getting more comfortable calling black folk out. And I have to tell you this, I fucking love this shit. I love it because it's been so fucked up for so long till it's time for this shit to go down. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me go over here. because y'all tell me what y'all think of what this man just said. We always talk about mammies and how they're sort of asking for the conditions in the Black community that currently exist because they coddle the shit out of their sons. It's going down, y'all. Let's go.
Employment statistics, the way we do them now, doesn't cover the fact that for the first time in American history, we have 7 million able-bodied males between 25 and 54 that are not looking for work. So they're sitting on the couch playing video games for whatever reason. And someone else is supporting them, whether it's the government, their girlfriend, their mother, but someone else is supporting them, and they're not looking for work. And we've got a shortage of labor. And this is affecting the economy in a different way than.
Excuse me. What and who the fuck does that sound like? You think he's talking to white bitches? Do y'all think he's talking to anybody else but these mammy ass bitches that's letting able-bodied? They're clearly able-bodied because they're out here shooting, fucking, making babies, acting a goddamn fool. Clearly able, but who do you think that man was talking about? Aaliyah, what you got on this? Because I'm loving every second of this shit.
Oh, I am too, because it seems like he was watching us from the clouds as well with a lot of the stuff he repeated, because we've been addressing them with these damn video games and all this other shit. See, this is the shit that they sitting around doing when they supposed to be out working during the day. See, the women will be out at work, and this is what they sitting on their ass doing. Come on now, we know who's indebted to this economy over $50 billion at this point. Who else was he talking about? I mean, so they can try to play dumb like he was talking about all men or all males if they want to, but they know that he was talking about a specific group of males. That's who's causing the biggest burden in this country right now. They take out way more than they give. They are leeches, parasites. I told you they're brood parasites. So this is just them now coming out and saying it. And
I love it. I fucking love it. I love this shit.
Absolutely.
This shit is so fucking amazing that it's giving me goosebumps. Now, when I tell you, you better get up out that community because it's getting more bold out here. People of all races, genders, and whatever are starting to sound like divestors when they talk about the Black community. And we was on that shit a long time ago. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to become a casualty of war, but by all means, sit your ass right there and pretend like it's not happening, but it's happening, boo. Snapple, what you got?
Hey, happy Friday. Happy smoke night.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, he was definitely talking about Ty Roach. I mean, we all know a couple mammies probably or know of who are the breadwinners. They are working 90 hours a week. Meanwhile, their Kang is on the PlayStation, funking up the house. I mean, it's terrible. I'm glad. I'm so happy that the Brads are speaking out. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of this. This is what I have been asking for since 2020 when it all hell broke loose. So I'm very happy. You know, it took 3 years, but you know, about time, Zaddy.
Yeah, they're gonna have smoke night on y'all. We ain't the only ones that's gonna have smoke night. Check this shit out. Keep playing ignorant and you're gonna get your issue. Your men are fucked up. They are in a mess, and everybody was too scared to say anything back in the day. He didn't say Black folk in particular, but if the description fits, oh my God. Oh my God. And I love how he kept race out of it so motherfuckers can't call him racist. I love that shit.
But he did it with the math though, right? He did it with the numbers. Because what if there's 7 billion people on the planet, half of that, a little less than half of that would be 3 billion being men. And if he's breaking it down to 7 million, I mean math, people.
Listen, let's do it. Let's do it again real quick, Aaliyah. Let's hear that again.
Employment statistics, the way we do them now, doesn't cover the fact that for the first time in American history, we have 7 million able-bodied males between 25 and 54 that are not looking for work. So they're sitting on the couch playing video games for whatever reason. and someone else is supporting them, whether it's the government, their girlfriend, their mother, but someone else is supporting them, and they're not looking for work. And we've got.
You got called out. Mammy, he was talking to you. If I have to translate that, I'm going to go ahead and translate it for you, boo. He knows, and everybody else knows, that all you have to do is grab you a mammy as a black man, and you're going to be all right. You might get health insurance. You're going to, even if she's on entitlements, he going to eat. He going to have somewhere to sleep. And oh, Lord, he going to have 10 buckets of pussy every goddamn night. They already know this shit. Make no mistake about it. When people start saying shit like this, give it a little while, and those programs are going to be rolled back. The stats are in. They didn't help at all. And since you didn't let it help because, you know, everything's racism, they're going to pull them back. Let's see how you fare that way. Look, Kyra, what you got? I love this shit.
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies. Well, we knew this was coming. I mean, first of all, sitting on the couch playing video games is the least destructive thing that they actually do. Let's be real. Oh, did you notice how he called them males, not men, just like we do?
Absolutely. I got a big ass grin on my face. I love this shit, y'all.
I do too, because it's like I was waiting for them to get sick and damn tired. Because you got to think about it, and we talked about this many times. This is the only group of males, let me say it correctly, that contribute the least. When you think about it, they serve no purpose in society whatsoever. They aren't doing anything. They don't build anything in mass production. They're not producing anything. They contribute the least. There is nothing that you go to them that you can get any resources, no nothing. They have nothing. They're not contributing. They haven't built anything. I don't know how many different times we have to say it. You can get nothing out of them. Nothing.
But
you
Aaliyah,
can get chlamydia out of them. You can get shot out of them. You can get homicide. You can get bastards. You add nothing to society. Mammies, these are y'all sons. But I already know the niggas fixing to get it. Mammies, listen, it's almost your turn. Do you not see that time is running out on you? Hate us all you want to. But the fact of the matter is, they coming for you, boo. They coming for you. You're going to end up trying to scatter like roaches. And what's going to happen is once you do that, they're going to call you out on that too. Because how long did you know about this bullshit before you finally decided to leave? Oh, you hungry? Oh, you getting evicted? Oh, now you're divesting because the kids are hungry. You ain't got no health insurance. Oh, you need surgery? Oh, so you divesting now. Okay, you're going to get called out on that. So what you ought to do while it's just a little bit of smoke happening is get the fuck on right now. So you won't look so goddamn desperate when you finally do go.
the thing though is you should want to go ahead and secure your life vest now instead of waiting till the ship actually sinks and trying to scramble. No, you should be doing it now. Because yes, DZ, like you said, oh, now you want to divest. Oh, now you see the error of your ways and you want to live right and conduct yourselves appropriately. No. And I told the ladies in Discord, companies are not playing with y'all anymore either. Y'all start that social justice warring mess on your job, they are showing you the door quicker and quicker. So keep on popping your mouth.
And they're going to try and run to us, you know, like they always, well, I'm going to say us, or at least divested women, and say, hey, sis, no, we will not claim you. We will leave you outside looking like the Five of Pentacles that you are. Go, I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you just got women that's determined to go down with this ship. It doesn't matter. And to be honest with you, I want them to stay exactly where they are. If that's the way they feel, please stay over there with your canes. Do not bring that bullshit over here. So yeah, if that's the way they feel, because to be honest with you, Kyra, I think that ship has already left the dock. It left a long time ago because they hard headed. And it's like how long have we been talking about this? How long have we been telling them knock a lot of this bullshit off? But they think that it's best to just sit up and constantly insult us and call us every name in the book. And it's
those
like,
names
no,
are growing on me. I love those names. You know, my favorite one is Bedwench. I love when I get called Bedwench. I love that shit.
But it's not just bad wench that they call us. They call us the C word. They
I don't
call
give
us
a fuck. And guess
all
what? Guess
kind of.
what? They can
Mhm.
call us what they want to, but my electric is still running, right? My mortgage is paid, right?
Or
It's
we're
it,
just
Oh,
pandering to white men is another one.
okay.
oh,
Well, let's go.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Kyra.
Well, two things. Back to what Leah was saying, it's not enough that your black males are contribute nothing to society, but they are a liability in society. Look at all the crime they are committing. Look at all these bastards that they are leaving in in the community, and in other communities that have to get government assistance, whether it's food stamps, free lunch, foster care, whatever. Black males are a liability in society. It would be bad enough that they were just neutral, not adding anything but not subtracting, but they're a liability. Everything they add to the world is a negative. And I know I've joked about this numerous times here, but I'm actually serious. Dogs are actually more valuable in society than a black male.
But you
Listen,
know what,
y'all.
Kyra? I'm sorry, Daisy.
No, it's all good. Check it out. Even with them not having anything, you would think they would be strategic enough to shut the fuck up. Don't put out this crazy ass commentary about the people that's feeding you. I'm going somewhere with this. Let me show you something. Y'all remember that black women, mammies in particular, had this big, wonderful idea of black men policing the black community. What a fucking joke. But yeah, they had that as an idea that black men should be policing black neighborhoods and that type of shit. We have been seeing a lot of bad black ass cops around this bitch lately, haven't we? Um, I want to show you something real quick. Let's go.
A female Laverne police officer fired last month, accused of being part of a
That looks like a colorism chart. It's going from dark to light. That's amazing. Hear them out. Let's get it.
sex scandal within the department, filed a federal civil rights violation lawsuit against the city. In that lawsuit, Megan Hall's attorneys claim Hall's department supervisor groomed her sexually. This two's Tori Gessner.
Now, if you're a mammy, that intro right there, if you're a mammy, the only thing you saw was that white woman cop. You automatically start, comparing shit. Probably pissed off at them niggas for even attempting to get with this bitch. That's probably where you're going with that shit. I'm sorry, that shit is mental. It is what it is. This is what black cops are doing. If they not out here kicking motherfuckers' ass, they out here trying to fuck you in the ass. Let's keep going.
Read through the 100 plus pages of her lawsuit. She joined us live in studio to explain those accusations. Tori?
Bob, the lawsuit names the city of Laverne, former Chief Chip Davis, and former Sergeants Lewis Powell and Henry Ty McGowan. Megan Hall is suing for lost wages, mental suffering, and reputational harm after the lawsuit says her supervisors groomed her for sexual exploitation, forced her into having sex, and took and sent nude photos of her without her consent. The lawsuit includes social media messages attributed to former Chief Davis telling Hall he's lonely, another saying he'll harass her and make work fun, and a third describing her outfit as, quote, hot girl summer. The lawsuit alleges supervisors promised Hall she would be promoted in exchange for sex acts. Then her attorney says when she tried to end the relationships, they threatened to disclose her mental health issues, which could have cost her her job, according to the lawsuit. The documents claim the exploitation was so bad, Hall tried to take her own life to escape. The lawsuit asks that a jury try the case and determine the amount of money Hall could receive. Both the city and an attorney for Powell declined to comment.
Let's stop right there. Now, I want y'all to know, just remember all the facts of that case, please. Just remember what was said right there. You know how black men operate in the black community. They always sit up there and hold shit over your head. Oh, I'm going to expose you. Their mammies do that shit too. We're going to tell the force you got mental illness unless you suck our dick all the way down to the base. That's just how they operate. But I want to show y'all the reaction of the black community to what I just showed y'all. Let's go. Because one of your favorite motherfucking hotep black folks is being oppressed motherfuckers made a post about it, right? The response to what you just saw was trick, please. This is y'all's people, right? They trying to say that this is some sort of Rosewood Tulsa situation. Now, if that is the case, why the fuck are your so-called men still engaging in shit that burnt down Black Wall Street? Y'all are weird. Listen, Snapple, you got anything on this? Because I find this shit hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, I stand with that woman officer. Run her money, period. Okay, I want her to do her caring thing. I wish her the best in all her endeavors. I don't get your coin, sis, because and I'm not surprised by the communitized response at all. Like you said, I'm sure one look at her.
Look at the reactions down there, and that's when it was only up for a couple of minutes. After all those facts, the response is, please go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to point that out.
No, it's okay. No, and I'm not surprised. Like, that's how they are. They are demented. It's like, come on now. She even showed. I mean, I'm standing with sis, even if she didn't show no evidence, but she showed the receipts of them. That's sexual harassment. It's in black and white. But Blackistan, they're weird. They're some fucking weirdos. I'm so glad I don't fuck with them people.
They crazy. And here's the deal. Black men have never had your back as a Black woman. So let's just say this woman is lying. You finna take up for these niggas? Just asking. Are you fixing to take up for these niggas? Let's just say she's lying. You fixing to stomp the yard for them, knowing what they think about you? Go ahead, Aaliyah. I hear you.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. So for argument's sake, let's just say she is just playing the Karen role and she was a willing participant. She participated in all of it. My thing is this. Would this really have been an issue? Because see, they gave her the ammunition that she needed to turn around and be able to say all this shit. My thing is, you are at work. You need to be professional enough to keep your dick in your pants. And see, it's the Black man's inability to be able to keep his dick in his pants is why this shit keeps on happening. That's part of the problem. They have no self-control. I have already said it before. This is literally all that's on their mind. This is all they think about all the time, fucking. And it's like, you were hired to do a civic duty. You are supposed to be protecting and serving, not trying to get your rocks off. But they saw that woman, and instead of looking at her as a colleague, they saw her as a sexual object because they're sick like that. You were supposed to be trying to do your job, not get into somebody else's pants. But this is all they think about all the time.
Well, y'all see what Black people doing with it. And y'all, if this was a Black woman doing this shit, don't you know mammies would come for her? You shouldn't be doing that to the brothers. They already out there trying to get the brothers. Why you was returning text? You must have wanted some of that shit. I ain't going. Eyelashes just flapping all over the goddamn place. But hey, Ebony, welcome to the panel.
Hi.
Okay, let me. Oh, I thought you had nothing to say. Go ahead.
No. This is not unusual. Nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised. And actually, I kind of commend that young lady because she can get something out of it. They put themselves in that position. Not only did they put her in it, they put themselves in that vulnerable position. Just because you're on top does not mean that you are going to stay on top if you act like an idiot.
These are the men that they said should be policing our communities. I'm scared.
No. They can't even they can't police themselves, DZ. They can't police a damn thing.
I don't want anybody trying to protect me who can't control themselves around holes of any sort. Like, literally, that's what it's come down to. Like, they don't even got to be human. It don't have to be it could be a tree. We know when they do trees. Like, so what? You're going to be answering a call? See a tree with a knoll in it and pull off to the side? Like no, you're good. Just go. Just go.
But DZ, I think mammies might be happy about this, low key. They may think this is finally going to be the incident that wakes Black males up and makes them come home.
See, they still the same way they used to be. The white woman gonna accuse you of R-wording. Come back and make me a baby mama and beat my ass, Black man. That's what you sound like when you say that shit. You want that coming back home? All those texts, that were extracted off her phone by the police, I might add, they're a problem. Because here's the deal. if you alter that, the police will be able to tell. They just not screenshot queens and shit like that. What they are investigators, okay? And all these niggas is going down. The last set of nigga cops we talked about is going down as well. And you said they should be policing our communities. How dare you? Well, your community, because I'm not fucking with you like that. Yeah, like I said, we all over the place tonight. I'm loving all this shit. Even when you're dead, you are not exempt from getting crimes done against you. Did you hear what I said? You can't even die and not get a crime committed against you, right? By a black male. Don't argue with me. Please don't. Motherfuckers can't even die in peace without getting burglarized. So let me show you him, because picture's worth 1,000 words. Yes, sir. Okay, with his fake Dollar Tree TI looking ass. He waiting till you die. Find out that nobody lives in your house. And then because you can't call the police, because you in the afterlife some goddamn where, he going to take all your shit. Aaliyah.
I ain't gonna lie. It's not funny, but I'm thinking about, like, who thinks like this? Like,
Niggas.
seriously. Like, this person's body is laying up in a morgue, and the only thing you can think to do with your warped ass brain is, let me break in this. See, I know they won't be home and nobody else to beat us. Let me go ahead and break in their house and steal what's left. That's why I say some of this stuff, it's not funny. It's just unbelievable. Like, it's just too stupid to even, like, who thinks like that? Who does this? Most people, when they're around a lot of death, I mean, it's a lot of energy that they, spend on that. It's either going to be sadness, depression, feelings of loss. Most of the times, most people hate that wing of the hospital for simply that reason. And you got this asshole here, and this is what you think to do. I just will never understand their thought process. I just don't get it.
There is no thought. He's a Dollar Tree TI. I'm screaming. This is hilarious.
With how employment is, the white dude just said they're not looking for jobs. But when they do look for jobs, and motherfuckers like this show up, and motherfuckers that look like those cops we just talked about show up, know that the apprehension about processing you through human resources, it is goddamn justified. You're always looking for a way to get over on some goddamn body. And everybody knows that. It's no secret. It's no secret.
DZ, I got one thing to say, though. All these people think that they can go cry racism and people not getting jobs. There's a whole bunch of immigrants who are coming here. And guess what? They're going to have a proclivity to hire them over you.
Good. I don't want nobody robbing my grandma's house after she died. The fuck you mean?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. These immigrants are basically going to replace, because the black community is doing nothing.
They have already done that in a lot of ways. That takeover is already underway, and it is what it is. They have sat back and they have no one else to blame, because we've also talked about that many times on this channel too, their inability to compete. They didn't want to discuss education. And we're talking about people coming to this country. We're already having all these skills. These people speak multiple languages. They come here with the intent on being successful because they're looking for the American dream. So when you take somebody who's already, has that drive to be successful, and all they need is one opportunity, and you come from the land of opportunity and you don't do anything, they come over here and they show up and they show out. That's what they supposed to do for their people. And that's just the way it is. But they sit here all that time doing absolutely nothing but besides crying about being oppressed every 5 minutes and racism every 5 minutes. That's all it's been for decades and decades.
I think I found a clip of black men working. Let me see what this do.
No.
Oh, no. They're working. Now, when they stop bringing your deliveries to your neighborhood, you're going to call it racism, aren't you? Aren't you? These are y'all's sons right here. Huh?
Rob in the Amazon Prime van.
Do you
I
understand
feel
what I'm
like
saying to you? Go ahead,
I need a
Snapple.
can
My
of
bad.
raid. No, I just need a can of raid.
Let me
Now
just go
that's all.
in the bush
They
and
literally
weep.
swarming.
Let me just go in the bush
like
and weep. I just have to go in the
roaches.
bush and weep. Really. I
But
don't
DZ, I'm a little
understand.
bit confused.
I swear to God, I don't understand.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think my phone has a lag and I didn't realize I was talking over the sound.
No, it's all good. Go ahead, boo.
I'm just a little confused. I really thought that the solution to Black unalivings was for more Black males to get a job. I thought as long as they were employed, they would stop harming Black women.
Well, that's what old girl said, but that was a crock of shit, and I knew it when she said the shit. Okay, there has always been jobs available for them, but let's just keep it real. Let's just say there are no jobs and everybody's racist. You know what you got to do then? You got to build something. And make no mistake about it, your motherfucking group of men, they can't do it. They can't do it. They don't even know what a 1099 form is around this motherfucker. They have no idea what a Schedule C form is. Business licenses, IEN numbers. They have no idea what any of that is. All they can do is sit up in front of stores and sell products that they done stole, i.e. off the goddamn Amazon Prime truck, to people that's walking in trying to get a drink of water out the gas station.
Yeah, they fell for the okie doke. Like I said, folks was running around here telling them you don't need school in order to be successful. Now look at them. They can barely read. High school graduation rates are abysmal, much less college graduation. They can't even make it out of high school because they can't even read for real, or nor do they know basic mathematics. So you're talking about people who come to this country and this is what they do. The majority of our scientists, male scientists, engineers, doctors, chemists, and stuff like that, they aren't Black and they damn sure aren't men. So it's like
it's a hot
that's why
mess.
That's why I said what Ebony was saying.
But
It's like it's kind of already here. They've been replaced.
Well, it's beyond replacement
But can
now.
you-
I read a paper. It is basically the paper was about why is Africa so freaking poor? All the stuff that we're talking about now, all the stuff that we're seeing in the BC, that's on a grander scale over there. Their children, no primary school. Nobody goes to middle school hardly. And basically, after 16, you're out of school. So there's a lack of education, a lack of skills. They have all the resources in the world, but few people control them. They can't put up a government. They can't make an infrastructure. Need I go on?
It's on you, Snapple.
Yeah, I just didn't want to glaze over the way they swarmed that Amazon truck. Like that was disgusting. It's so like animalistic. Like, could you imagine? That is y'all's community. That's why I lock my doors and my car doors when I see y'all sons. Because could you imagine being so destitute in such a fucked up community in a situation that you would even have to fucking swarm a Amazon truck to steal the packages? Like that is just next level, bottom of the barrel, broke bum, just degenerate.
You don't even know what you're
like. Oh my God, I can't.
You don't even know what you're getting. Could you imagine being a guy?
They don't care. They don't care. They didn't have to buy it, so they don't care what's in that box. They didn't have to pay for it. But what I'm waiting on is for Amazon to start doing that redlining and saying that they don't deliver. And so when you click that purchase now button, place order button, when it says, sorry, we don't deliver in that area, you have to pick your shit up from a locker, right? When that happens, because it's coming. It's coming. We've lost a lot of merchandise in that neighborhood. So go ahead and put your zip code in so that we can find you the nearest Amazon locker for you to come pick this shit up, bitch. Because that's how they used to have to do back in the 80s and 90s with pizza delivery, believe it or not.
Oh, absolutely. But to Niff and at Snapple's point, think about it. These are the same people coming from the same community that will have the nerve to turn around and get mad when people say Black folks steal. And here you are, right, live and in color, doing exactly what they say you do, and then get mad and get an attitude when people say Black folks steal. See, that's what I'm saying. They never disappoint. Like, they are so predictable. You will take anything that's not nailed down. And then you get mad when people say that and call it racist.
Look, y'all, let me say this real
Yeah,
quick.
they
Here's a comment that says Amazon lockers at the 7-Eleven. That's crazy that you just put that up there, because if you go to 7-Eleven and access the Amazon locker, you might find this.
Oh, you bring the kids? It's like these still put together.
They all in the store. Oh my God. Look. They're playing in the store.
So let me ask you a
What was
question.
that?
Let me ask y'all something. How are you gonna fix your mouth after seeing shit like that with the not all shit? If you think that shit is normal, by all means, you walk your ass up to that store and do what you got to do. This is why, remember when black people were saying those no loitering laws is racist? They don't want you standing there because they know if it's more than 3 of y'all, some shit gonna pop off. Period.
Yep.
It's going to pop the fuck off. So they had to place no loitering signs. Well, got lax on that, and look what the fuck is happening. You there looting and fighting. You don't know whether you want to steal or whoop somebody's ass. I can't with that community. Y'all better get up out that community. If there's more, if y'all see more than 10 black people in your neighborhood, move to Wyoming. Get the fuck on.
This is why, DZ, you've always cautioned the ladies to make sure they always have gas in their car. Never be driving your car so far down that you would have to stop. You need to have enough to keep going down the street if you see something like this. My gosh.
Well. Anybody
Girl,
got
that
anything
made
before I
my
go?
that had my anxiety acting up through the screen. Like, oh my goodness. I felt just anxious looking at that. Like, oh my goodness. That is just
Now,
terrible.
if the police came there with tasers out, y'all know what'll happen next, right? The mammies and the influencers with all the subscribers and shit would come out and say, well, all they had to do was disperse the crowd. You can't disperse a group of niggas, not without somebody trying you. It's somebody that's gonna say, fuck you, I ain't going nowhere. We ain't did nothing. And then you gotta be tased and you go stiff as a board and hit that big ass head on the fucking ground. Hey, I'm here for it.
There's always at least, and I saw in this one and the video before, there was one person that my eyes locked on that looked like a grape, the way he was carrying the box and like shuffling, running away. And then this one, everyone's jumping around like the howling monkeys from like, what was that daggone show, Wizard of Oz? Why they always, there's always somebody looking just like that. It's ridiculous, yet they get mad if you call them anything like that. It's like, well, then stop doing it.
I don't know if y'all noticed that one nigga, he was elated that shit was going down. He had him a drink and he looked around and he put his arms in the air. Looked like he was praising, looked like he was praising God that the chaos was going down. Okay. I'm gonna have to.
He was body surfing. There was a dude over if you're watching it, if you look to the left and back a little bit, they literally lifted a guy up and he body surfed for like a good 2-3 seconds. I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, is there a fight? Is this a concert? Like, what is happening? I don't understand. Sorry.
Do y'all remember old boy that we mentioned on the last live that beat the stamps off of his teacher for that Nintendo Switch? Listen, that video is so fucking violent that I can't show it here. There's a still shot of it. That's her laying flat. Y'all, do you know that the black community is saying, well, they need to consider that he was a special needs student? You let some white kid beat the shit. It has to be a black male teacher because they don't give a fuck about black women. Let a white kid beat the stamps off a black male teacher, and you know what's going to happen next. I don't have to tell you. And let the motherfucker say, oh, well, he has a special need. You need to let that pass. You wouldn't hear the last of that shit. This video is so goddamn violent that it's not going to be able to be shown here without being age restricted and or just taken down altogether. If you're interested in it, it's all over the internet. It happened in Florida. I believe that was Volusia County, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he beat this woman so goddamn bad that she was on the ground and she wasn't woke for a little while, y'all. But these are y'all's sons. He's a minor. I think he's 17. And they're asking the courts to charge him as a juvenile after he beat the shit. If y'all saw this video, you would know good and goddamn well that black folks is crazy to ask these people to charge him as a child. That was a full grown man ass whooping he put on this motherfucking woman. It is what it is. Anybody?
Yeah. And he did it over a Nintendo Switch. See, we're back to the video game shit again. His big grown ass. Well, not grown, but he old enough to know. Because I hate it when they try to pretend like they're all children, even when they look like this. Because to me, when I look at this motherfucker, I don't see child. But either way, this motherfucker said, this motherfucker, exactly. This motherfucker sitting up here with a whole Nintendo Switch. And that's why I say, it's going to be, in a minute, there's not going to be a school. You want your kids, you don't want nobody to say anything to them. They don't want anything to say anything to them. They're attacking their teachers left and right, and y'all wonder why these people quitting, and they don't want to be bothered with your kids. And I think the best thing to do at this point, send these things home to deal for their parents to deal with. That's the only other thing they can do at this point. At the rate that they're assaulting people. But I will note that I noticed that nobody did all the videos about this situation that they did about that black girl that broke her teacher's leg fighting her. I saw several videos about that, and I'm like, interesting. Interesting. I found that very interesting. I said, so I see several videos about what she did and nothing about him and what about all the other assaults that we've seen that they've committed on the bus stops and every damn thing else. Nobody thought that any of that was worth a mention, but you want to discuss the girl that broke her teacher's leg. Not that she was any better, because abuse is abuse, just like assault is assault. But I mean, I'm just saying, I find it weird that when it's one of these things that has done something, it's crickets in Blackistan.
That is not a child. That is a linebacker. That is, I was just watching like whatever those runs that they do when they do the college searching. And if you're telling me he is 6'2", 270, that was the same weight those dudes were running that 4-meter dash. That is a linebacker. That is not a child. I need them to get that court case figured out, because well, hell no.
Exactly. And it's like they don't care about children. They don't care about women. Like, he had to already, it's like, what snapped? Like, this woman took something from you, so let me just beat her ass. I mean, they do this at home. They do this to their parents. They do this to their girlfriends and their wives. But again, when we say that they're violent as fuck, people try to pretend like that is an exaggeration, and they're not. Okay, they're getting younger and younger, feeling like they got the right to whoop your ass anytime you do or say something to them that they don't like.
Is anybody unaware that you're not supposed to have games during class time? Even the special needs students know that. Okay? Even they know that. It's never been a secret. Okay? You're not to have a game. Stay home. If you don't want nobody bothering with you or teaching you anything at school, stay home. Mammies, keep your sons home. That's all you got to do. Nobody has recruited, or you can teach them at home. Diana, welcome to the panel. Okay.
Hi, DZ.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm fabulous, just like you.
Are you eating and don't have anything to add, Diana?
Yes,
don't tell me.
I do have something to add.
Okay, because I was fixing to say this getting kind of interesting. What you got?
They need to charge him as an adult.
Yeah, I agree.
And all these people that keep letting their kids jump on these teachers, pretty soon they're gonna start charging people to send their kids to public schools. And the people who can't afford it, your kid just gonna be at home.
And see,
they're not even gonna offer Zoom. They ain't even gonna offer Zoom for these kids because they're out of control, and they're not gonna waste the resources.
Oh
See,
well.
they don't
So,
want
oh well.
something like this sitting around the house all day because this is the type that's sitting at home all day and he'll start putting holes in the walls because he bored and every damn thing else and start destroying shit. And so they have a destructive spirit. And until they're ready to accept that and deal with it, you're gonna continue on seeing shit like this. Because a lot of these mammies just cannot accept the fact that yes, your sons are violent. Yes, your sons are unstable. Yes, your sons are ticking time bombs. Everything we're saying is true. You can see it, and it's becoming more and more obvious. A lot of y'all need to try to get these little motherfuckers some help at best and put them
Ain't
down
no
at
help for them.
worst.
Ain't no help for them.
I mean, I was
Ain't
about to say,
nothing they can
put them
do.
down, or put them down.
I was
Because
Keep them
gonna
see,
from
say
the rest of polite
too.
society. Go ahead, Snapple. My bad.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, is he really special needs? Because you know how in the community they like to, play those games so they can
Yeah,
get the SSI checks. Because he looked
absolutely.
real, capable to me, the way he charged this lady, and
Well,
he's probably just one of those spoiled, fat, disgusting, nasty ass, overgrown kids that gets, whatever he wants at home, and the teacher had the audacity to take his game from him. And I mean, I'm questioning the special needs thing. I think he made a conscious decision in his capable mind, and he needs to be charged as an adult.
I do
and
too.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be ugly for a minute, DZ.
Okay.
Let's say he really is special needs. So what? That doesn't give him license to go around assaulting people like that. If he's that out of control, where he can't live in the world and manage his own needs, then that means he needs to be locked away from great
exactly.
society.
That's not being ugly, Kyra. That is absolutely true. I don't care if you have mental illness or learning disability or whatever. You cannot put the rest of society at danger. If your meds can't be adjusted where you can perform in society, then you need to be taken out of society and locked away. It just is what it is. I don't need for the SJWs to try to guilt me for not wanting to be punched in the fucking jaw, simply living my life, going about my business. Okay. The teacher was
Absolutely.
doing her fucking job. The kids are not supposed to have a Nintendo Switch. Technically, they shouldn't let them have them fucking cell phones in class unless they're having a medical emergency or something like that. But if it's just during class time, what the fuck? Why are you on Twitter? That's why your motherfucking ass can't read past the 4th grade level, because you sitting up there tweeting your stupid ass off. Tweet spelled all fucking wrong and shit. And then the mammy come up in there. Why you take my child's cell phone? That you ain't buy that cell phone. Bitch, you didn't either. That's Obama phone, whore. They
DZ,
make
that's why
excuses for everything.
Little Rockhead Kwame can't read out loud when it's his turn, fucking up the flow. When the classroom trying to read out loud, he starts stuttering.
And when the teacher and Snapper, when the teacher call on him, that's picking on him, because he stutter when he read, and she keep calling on him. I feel like she picking on him.
Wait.
There was a time in which when you were not able to be a functional member of society, but the society didn't revolve around you. You had to either step up to the mantle of society, or they did have places for people like this, right? You would have to go to that house or whatever. It's been very recent that as a society we have kind of gone the other way of trying to make sure everything is possible and giving everybody and all these goddamn excuses after excuse after excuse and having no accountability for your own fucking existence. It's maddening.
Charmaine 7.
And my little sister was special needs, so I'm not being hyperbolic here.
Charmaine 7, are you dusty?
No, ma'am. I have been. I don't talk often. I listen every single week.
No. Let me tell you, Charmaine. Let me tell you why. I recognize your name, but let me tell you.
Okay.
So do the trolls. And what they do is they turn their name into your name and come up here and show me they dick. I'm not trying you, right? I'm just making sure it's you.
No, I understand. I understand completely.
Okay. Go ahead.
You got to do what you got to do with your channel, and I'm down with whatever.
Go ahead, Boo.
The only thing I wanted to mention was talking about these violent kids in school and disruptive kids. I think ultimately what'll have to happen is you will have to pull these kids out who are violent, attacking teachers, attacking other students, so that the students who are actually trying to learn will have some peace and safety so they can do so. So I would say, first chance you set up a damn near prison / boot camp type school for all the ones who've been thrown out of the local public school.
They already have that, though, Charmaine.
And
they got alternative schools, and they don't perform well there either. They need to just skip all that shit. We tried the chances. We tried the alternative. We tried the suspension, in school and out of school suspension, 504s, IEPs, all types of programs. If you fuck up, you out of here. That's what need to be said to these motherfuckers, because everything else with them 58 steps ain't work. They actually took advantage of the shit.
This is a little
I
bit
agree.
more.
I agree. I was thinking, okay, you get the last chance is this kind of, tough boot camp school. But if you get thrown out of that, you just get thrown out. And the thing is, I think the state laws will probably have to be changed, because I think most of them require kids to be in school up to age 16. I think at least 16. So I think some of those states will probably have to say, listen, if you have been thrown out of 2 or more schools, you just out of luck.
No,
And
I think
we
at
don't
this
care
point,
anything about it.
we are beyond that. I think at this point, these parents will not have a choice but to start homeschooling their own children. They're just going to send them home, because the thing is, this is beyond basic class disruption. When we were in school, you had the troublemakers, the people that wanted to be the class clowns, the people that wouldn't stop talking, and the people that wanted to be seen. You had the mildly disrespectful children. None of that is new. But to actually, this goes beyond just keeping the other students from learning. Like, the other students literally can't learn because the teacher is unconscious, because somebody has gotten up and beat the hell out of the teacher. Like, that is
unconscious.
Like that, like that is crazy as hell. Like, I was talking to this about one of my colleagues today. Like, it just never, the way these children attack adults, it just never crossed our mind to beat up our parents and to just attack other adults the way these kids do. It's like, you can't.
It's the SJW bullshit. And let me say something real quick. Michael, get your funky ass up out my chat. I don't know why you here Friday night. Go find something else to do. Go get your brother some jobs. Go do something. But whatever you do, get the fuck out my chat room, old son of Israel. Fuck wrong with you? Huh? Did you not read? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, can't read. It's smoke night. I would have ignored the shit out of that, but you down there in my chat room twerking, and the shit ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody fucking with y'all. I'm not here with the bullshit. Walk your ass up out of here. The fuck is wrong with you? You sitting up here trying to get attention. You can't get no attention. Mammies love you. Mammies love you.
Go get a job.
Damn. Take it. Let Michael walk
we
about
had a
here.
time
Let's go.
last night. Boy, we had a time last night.
The mammy stilettos. The church walk. The mammy walk.
Mm-mm.
You know what else is really about this case? You know what else is really damning? What mammies don't understand? People are losing empathy for you because you have no empathy for anyone else. Whenever one of these thuns attacks someone, you always twist it in a way where they're never responsible and there's something else that the victim could have done to prevent this. And then when something happens to you or to your thun, you expect all and sundry to cry and weep and give you the shirt off their back. No more.
Wait, but did you get that news about that conviction yet? Are you gonna get to that? Because that's funny.
What conviction?
Tim Norman got sentenced to life in prison, and his mommy, Miss Robbie,
earlier.
was up here crying, and you should have seen the letters they wrote to the judge. I'm like, this is federal. Them judges
His mother was
ain't trying to hear that
crying.
bull crap.
His mother was crying.
Crying and whining, talking about, he
can't.
did this for the community, and he did that, and he shouldn't get life in prison. Girl, bye. The fool did 15 years before you even got that show. And you coddled him the whole time. And you was trying to say he didn't kill your grandbaby. And everybody knew he killed him, but you just refused to see it.
Are you talking about that woman?
They're
talking about that woman that owns Sweetie Pies?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She's like the ultimate mammy. I'm just like, I hate you. Because the world had to deal with the thud you raised and coddled.
Well, see, she wouldn't have had anything productive to say unless Tim picked his foot up and broke her goddamn left hip. But the thing is, even with mammies, even with that, well, he was just experiencing a mental breakdown. No, he didn't mean that. He was kicking at the wall, baby. I don't talk to my son like that. He wasn't raised that way. Listen, bitch, your son is trash, okay? And with you talking like that, you're trash as well. And stop putting all that goddamn sugar in that food.
She don't have no restaurants no more though. But my thing with her was just like, he had life insurance on you. You was next.
That part.
She was next. Big dummy.
Let me put this up here and see what I got in this bag.
Well, he got life now, so she got plenty of time to not worry about that.
Another one. Are you Dusty?
How are you?
Another one. Are you Dusty? Okay, I'm gonna bring you back down. Another one, because I can't hear you and something's going on with your connection. It's showing me a video icon and that type of stuff. So you might want to try to leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, great. Hey, DC, how are you? No, I'm not Dusty. I haven't called in since the New Year's Eve show. How are you guys? Hey, ladies in the panel, ladies in the chat.
Doing good.
I just want to echo the last topic you guys are talking about with the kid at the school in Florida. Yeah, any real divester needs to stand down on this one because, don't take my word for it. About 6 years ago, there was a Black woman, I don't know if she was a lawyer or what, named Monique Coleman, that wrote a book called Pushed Out. And the whole book was using recent data and statistics to show how Black girls are the #1 most criminalized demographic in the public school system in America right now. There's no reason why any Black woman should be worried about what's happening to these fucking nignogs at all.
I agree.
Because like DZ said, if this teacher was a Black woman, nobody would care. And you guys remember the little TikTok that went viral a couple months ago where the white Latina teacher called the cops on a Black student for disagreeing with her on a topic. There was nothing violent that went down. She had the cops and had her escorted out. So
escorted out.
I'm sorry.
Had who escorted out?
And had a Black student, female student, escorted out because she did not like her disagreeing with something in class.
Listen, let me tell you something. Another one. Okay. There has a tinge, just a small tinge of SJW to what you're saying. What I'm telling you is this. If Black males would have done what they needed to do and built schools, hospitals, okay, things that Black people need, grocery stores, all that type of shit, the children that they produce would not be subjected to this nonsense. So mammies are opting to fight with other groups of people instead of looking at their Dusty that they love so fucking much and saying, you failed us, goodbye. You're going to be all over the place trying to make sure that nobody's treating your sons right. But look, that's not their responsibility whatsoever. Yeah. So let me say this now. If that little girl had a community that built for her, the men in her community built, she wouldn't be subjected to that type of shit. A lot of shit that so-called happened to Black people would not happen had them niggas did what they were supposed to do. And everybody skips over that shit. It's crazy as fuck. It's like I sent my kids over to the Asians and the Asians didn't treat them right. Why did you have to send them over there? We need to talk about that. Why did you have to send them over there to get whatever it is that they needed, whether it be healthcare, whatever? Why did you have to send them over there? They don't want to say it's because niggas didn't build them nothing. And they try to skip over that shit and turn everything into SJW bullshit. And I'm not going.
I think in particular with that girl that you're referencing, the other issue is Black males who puff up any non-Black woman. So they give these women, they give others license to basically hurt and harass Black women.
Absolutely.
No, I agree with both of you. You said like there's a tinge of SJW. No. What I'm saying is Black women just need to completely stand down on this little motherfucker. Let him be charged as an adult, whatever, because nobody's really stepping up to the plate. Yeah, you're talking about the underlying issue is we don't have our own infrastructure, period, to even send your kids to your own business, school, whatever. I agree. That's the underlying problem. But I'm saying right now, with
it's the main problem.
I mean, that's kind of like
the main problem.
I'm just trying to stay on theme with what the topic is right now, which is this particular news clip. This is really not Black women's business at all.
Well, I don't get like the part
charged as an adult twice, just like that little 10-year-old you showed us a few months ago that killed his mom for the virtual headset. Not our business. That's what I'm saying.
Did you mean to say? Did you mean to say? Yeah. Did you mean to say mammy stand down? Because you said divestors stand down, and like, you know,
just
we're
in
just
case. I mean,
highlighting the
nobody should have a
story.
heart. Just in case. I said everybody stand down.
I wasn't fixing to stomp the yard for now one of them. I don't
Yeah,
give
we
a
were
fuck.
just-
Let me tell you something. Another one. I don't care if I see the Klan come and string one of the motherfuckers up. I'm not going fucking.
Me neither.
Okay, because
agree.
black women have not been protected, and I don't give a fuck what happens with them. I don't.
No, I
Wait,
completely agree. I completely agree. And I think it was, I don't know if it was just Snap or Kyra that also said they're the ones gassing these other people up and not protecting us. That's true. I agree with that part too. And so all I'm saying is sometimes there are certain stories where people, you know, it hits a soft spot, not you, DZ, but, you know, just in general, even a divestor sees a kid, something like that, they get sad. No. And it's like one of your panelists said, this little boy is not a kid. He's a big ass motherfucker. This is not a kid. And like I was just bringing up the issue of that book that came out a few years ago to show nobody's shedding light on the issue happening to black girls in terms of like they're the ones actually having the cops call on them at school, not these little motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? This teacher tried to handle the issue herself and get that Nintendo out of his hand. She didn't call campus police. And look what happened to this poor woman. That's all I'm saying.
Well, black boys are a protected species, and so are black men. That's why she didn't call. She only got the cops in there after he made her unconscious.
And see, if they come down through there and just say, look, if you pull out a device in this classroom, you're just going to be asked to leave. That's going to be a problem too. So there's really no way to win. She tried to take it from him. I don't think that was smart. I just would have asked him to get the hell out of my classroom. I'm not going to fight with you. Since you want to be on your Nintendo Switch, apparently you don't want to hear what I have to say. You're not here to learn. So I need you to leave my classroom right now, immediately. Now, see, that would have been a problem too, because had he gone home and told his mom, oh, my teacher just put me out of class, again, he is supposed to be, oh, you're supposed to be there to learn. Why is she not doing her job? See, they blame teachers when the children don't learn anything. They blame them for all of this shit. And it's like these people, this woman has spent all this time unconscious, but what about the ones that have to play babysitter all goddamn day? Nobody has time for this shit. That's why I say, kind of like similar to what DZ was saying earlier, it's their responsibility. That's why I say if they felt like something was wrong with him, if he was special needs, he is your problem. Then that means you need to be trying to get him some help. That's what I was talking about. That's what his mom needs to do. That's what they need to do.
Chris Hendricks, are you Dusty?
Hello?
Listen, before I bring you up here, check this out. I'm going to need you to get all your shit together. You clicked the link, right? And you knew that it was a possibility that you were going to be, you know, lifted up here. So check it out. I'm going to ask you one more time. I don't know whether Chris is a male or a female. It just says Chris. Are you Dusty?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not at all.
I don't understand what you're saying, sir.
Oh, sorry. I'm from the UK, so I'd just like to say a different perspective.
Are you black?
I am black. Yes, I am.
Okay, you're not going to get any fair. You're not going to get any fair treatment up here because the fact of the matter is, I don't do black males. Okay, since it's smoke night is the only reason your ass haven't been popped from up here. What do you want?
Right. So I actually grew up in a Rastafarian household.
I don't care.
And, we were so I grew up seeing a very violent neighborhood, and my dad's actually a community leader. So from growing up very young, we've actually been taught, me and my family, to
listen, Chris, you up here telling us your life story. What do
basically
I'm confused as to why are you even on this channel? You do understand.
Let me ask Aaliyah, let me get him. What do you want? What do you want?
Basically, I think what we could do as a community.
Together. No, I'm not part of your community. We're divested from your community. I'm not putting in any work for the black community. None. Now, I'm not lifting one motherfucking pinky. I can promise you that shit, nigga.
I see it. So what we could do as a community, I see.
That's the thing. You don't fucking listen. I said I'm not doing anything. Whatever you need to do, you need to go do that. Go get on it. What you waiting on?
Well, I am, ma'am. So what we could actually do to solve the issues, we have a lot of issues, is a lot of people leave the community with a lot of skills, and we end up.
This is Sparta!
Thank you. He was really starting to
I
irritate
can't.
me.
I can't.
I told him. I told him. I said, "Listen, man, this is a woman's panel." And I was like, "DZ may bring you up. I'm just letting you know you are in the wrong territory." But all right.
DC, can I just say, why would he call an all women's divested page? Why isn't he calling the black guys to try to say what we can do to fix this? Is the
That
problem.
was what I was trying to ask him, but DZ wanted to handle it, so that's why I said let me hush, because he was starting to irritate
He
me.
can't call other black men. I told y'all they cannot. Not only do they not want to, but they literally lack the ability to build a society. I'm just keeping it real with you. If that makes me extreme, then I'm extreme. I don't think that they have the capability to do anything. Do you understand? I just said to him, we aren't doing anything. And he repeated we 3 motherfucking times after I said, ain't no we, home team. I'm not doing it with you. They don't listen. They don't listen. I can't. I was looking for some. No, bro. Sis, whatever you identify with, because I'm not a phobe. How about that part?
I just don't understand how, like, they know how we feel about them at this point. What is the point of even clicking the link trying to get up on this panel knowing nobody wants to talk to you? I don't understand why they keep trying at this point. Why are you even over here? That's irritating. Ooh.
Let me tell y'all something about men real quick. Mammies, and I need you to get your pen and paper. Men really do not appreciate women that they have that they have access to too easily. You have made yourself so readily available that this nigga think that he can talk to any black woman. Y'all get your ass up on TikTok talking about how much you love black men, how they're the best men on earth, they're handsome and all this shit. Notice you ain't said shit about building, but y'all ready to share them and all types of shit. Men across the board tend to mistreat women that are too available for them. Men, even though they don't know this, but this is true. They love a chase. They love the unattainable. That's why niggas keep trying to call my goddamn panel. Stop being so available to niggas. Why don't you try divestment for a little bit? Or you should be doing the shit for the rest of your life. But you are undoing yourself, ma'am. Okay, some motherfuckers charge you $500 motherfucking dollars to tell you what I just told you. Men do not like nor appreciate women that they have too much access to. You become a foregone conclusion. Okay,
DC, can I just say one thing? It's another one again. Part of it is some of the people that you featured in your memorial the other night, they've also made it a safe space for them to call in, be
fuck
guests.
them hoes.
Exactly.
Fuck them hoes. They ain't fixing to get no shine tonight. Fuck each and every one of them and all 3 hoes. Okay,
so they think they can call you. Is my point.
Okay, let me see what I got. Go ahead.
Did you notice when he kept saying we? So the only time the black male can even talk about building is if he gets black women to mule and do it for him. He just wants to stare and smile and take all the credit. You know, like what happened in the civil rights movement, how it was really the black women really running the show. But they had Martin Luther King smiling and skinning and grinning on the camera.
Yeah,
it's fucking pathetic. Can't even build without a woman. Like I'm not. It's just. Fucking pathetic.
It's a complete turn off. As far as I'm concerned, it's been too long. Black women should have divested in that fucking 1500s. Okay, all of us should be Asian or some shit around this bitch because black women was like, no, not going. Once you peep a red flag, you got to go. That it's as simple as that to me, right? But hey, it is what it is. Who is next up on the goddamn chart? Oh. Let me stop the scroll right there. So in your community, we're covering all this shit. Your police are bad. Your fucking students are bad. Y'all just, your morgue workers, bad. They're all dusty. Well, your average fucking corner store shopper, nigga, is dusty. So imagine ladies working at a 7-Eleven or working at any corner store, Chevron, whatever, Texaco, whatever. And this nigga that you see on the right-hand side that's walking away has robbed you of everything in that register, robbed you of everything in your pocket, right? And he just took everything. That wasn't good enough. What he had to do was lay her on the floor and set her on fire. Why is not anybody talking about this? I know why. Because it makes black men look bad. Okay. This was a video. These are screenshots from a video. I can't show the video up here for y'all already know why. Okay. He covered her, okay, with lighter fluid and set her on fire, even though she gave him everything he asked for. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Okay. This is why, y'all, I get so irritated when I have to defend what the fuck I'm saying about niggas. Have y'all seen this clip anywhere else but here? I'll wait.
No, that's fucking oh Jesus, is she alive? Did she make it?
Is. She's
Jesus
alive.
fuck.
All of her hair was fucking gone. She laid there for a couple of minutes because he told her not to move. Once she couldn't take the heat anymore, because she was getting burned the fuck up, she got on her knees and she was trying to get the fire out. It wouldn't go out, so she had to start taking her clothes off, y'all. He didn't check on her whatsoever. He didn't even, he tried to kill her. Those cash registers, because people hardly ever carry cash, you'd be lucky to get $75 out them cash registers. And who the fuck is sitting up with a billfold full of fucking money? So my guesstimation is that he got less than $100 and he set this woman on fire, because your life doesn't mean anything to niggas. It doesn't.
I'm wondering if that was a little personal. Maybe he had tried to talk to her. See, when they get that brutal, usually you have hurt their pride in some kind of way. I'm wondering if she turned him down or something.
I doubt it, because they real fucking violent regardless to me. I'm just
yeah, they are, but you know, to set her on fire, it's like, did he ask her out, or did he ask her for her telephone number and she said no?
He came in to rob the place. That's all I saw in the video. It was a robbery.
Okay. Now I'm just trying to. I know there's no trying to figure them out. They just do shit. I get it. It's just weird. You try to come up with like why do you have to go this far? Get the money and leave.
Aaliyah, but you had a good theory though, because think about it. How many of us in the past or currently have worked those type of customer facing jobs, like a cashier somewhere, whether at a convenience store or retail store or fast food or whatnot? You know, those grapes are always all up in our faces, flirting, trying to touch, won't leave us the fuck alone, trying to get you fired, give them your number. So you did have a good theory.
Oh, absolutely. I
think
don't
he
know.
was just evil. I think
this
he was
is just
evil.
crazy.
He just wanted to
Go
be
ahead,
evil. He
Snapple,
just wanted
'cause
to set her on fire. I think it's really sorry.
No, you good. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I just think they're just simply evil. I don't think they have the capacity to care about another human life. And then you have to add on the fact that they don't like black women. When I say that shit, people think I'm crazy. Black males do not like black women. They don't. I don't care what you think. They don't. So they get a little sadistic. Okay. Whenever it's you, they get a little, they start having a little bit of fun with you because they hate your guts.
That's what I was just thinking. This is sadistic. It's like to set someone on fire and then to tell them to not move. That's the other thing. So that means you set them on fire and you stood there and was going to watch them burn. Like,
but this is the thing too. It's like they already were demonic and demented and had these sadistic things that they wanted to do to women and to just to people, anybody that would let them harm them. Now, you know, the mammies, the marching, the legislation, all the coddling, and them being a protected class, they've been emboldened to just go out and do whatever the fuck they want. And honestly, it probably was he went there to rob the place, and then while he was at it, he was like, let me light this bitch on fire too, because he's fucking evil. And then he walked the fuck out and went about his business. Like, no normal person. I mean, they're just evil. This is just disgusting and awful. I'm gonna have a nightmare.
It is. Well, don't watch the video, because, you know, I watched that shit, and I just, after the video stopped playing, I just sat there for a couple of seconds. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. But I wasn't surprised. It wasn't me being surprised. It was, wow. Again, this one was caught on tape. Okay, let's go, y'all. Here we go. Remember when I told you, ladies, that these motherfuckers are going to make so many kids in the community with so many different women that these people are going to end up not knowing that they're marrying their siblings and cousins. I said that shit over a year ago, and look at what the fuck is in front of you. Okay? This is disgusting. Y'all, there's consequences to shit that goes down. It's not cute, it's not pimpy, it's not mackish, and none of that shit for a nigga to be around here making a whole bunch of kids in the community. It's just not it, because those kids are going to be adults one day. And if they don't know about each other, this type of shit can happen. By the way, this is another screenshot from a video. I'm not playing a video here because this is sort of old news, but check it the fuck out. Right? This right here is not so old. This right here, because it doesn't matter what your sexuality is. These motherfuckers found out they're husbands. They found out they was brothers.
Oh,
my! I'm sorry. I don't see how they didn't see the family resemblance. I don't see.
I see it.
That is true.
Y'all,
Still,
it gets worse. Okay. They got counseling. According to them, they didn't break up. They're gonna keep the party moving.
No, I don't even have alcohol for this. This is this is all a
I
lot.
wanted to bring up something else too. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't do that that skin shade type shit. You can look at these two people that are siblings and tell that one came from a preference and one came from a black woman that was phenotypically black. It doesn't matter. If you don't give a fuck about dealing with black folk, this ain't going to be your issue. Just walk away. This right here is happening more and more and more. People finding out that they're first cousins, finding out that they're siblings, because especially in small towns where niggas is fucking every bitch they can, the siblings going to go to school together. They got something in common, right? And they're going to end up talking to each other, and you're going to find out that your child is fucking their sibling. Y'all need to back away from the black community. It's progressively getting worse and worse and worse. And society is becoming more SJW. So people are going to egg this type of shit on. Well, love is love. Okay. Okay. I'm stunned.
You know what, DZ, the sad part is what you just said. I think that they really are, because I don't know, I'm sure you're not bringing this up for this live, but they just had a thing where the I guess the community of people who like to dress up as another gender, they are putting on cabaret shows for babies. I mean, literally like doing strip teases for babies.
Let's save that one for Discord, because that one gonna get kind of ugly if you open up that can of worms. Yeah, we gonna talk about that in Discord.
DZ, if I could just say one thing about this topic, I laughed when you first put up that headline, but I really regret laughing. It's not funny. For any of your cloud watchers who aren't divested and still want to date these guys, they really do need to get some sort of test before they proceed with these guys, because
they're not going to.
I know, but you know what? Somebody said, I think Snapple said, people in small towns. Believe it or not, because I even have men in my family who are serial cheaters who like travel for work around the world. It doesn't matter if the guy you meet is from halfway across the globe. These dudes cheat so much. I don't care if you meet a guy here in New York or something, but he, grew up in Japan. You could be cousins, because these guys are out there. And so for anybody in the clouds, it's not hyperbole. What DC showing you is not some like little offshoot. This is really happening out here, and it's not just in the hood, and it's not just in backwoods towns.
Yeah, they claim this was some hillbilly shit.
No, it's not.
Cousin's been fucking for a long time in the black community. Okay. And that SAN and inappropriately touching children and that type of stuff, that's been going on for a minute. These people are normally relatives or friends of the family that are doing that to these women and children in those communities. You can't even escape it by joining the multilateral mafia. You're going to find out that your new boyfriend is your baby brother. I cannot. Let me make sure this is the last thing I had on here, because this shit was a lot. Yeah, that's the end of that. Anyway, before I move on, y'all, do anybody got anything? Charmaine, you fell off. You're back now.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I keep getting kicked out.
I don't know what's going on with that. It must be StreamYards.
Well, the only thing I would say about these two men that are on the screen right now is at least there's no concern about children with genetic issues. Thank God.
Well,
for these two.
They use
Okay.
surrogates. They have kids with surrogates.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's that.
There is no silver lining when dealing with Blackistan. Y'all be trying to come up with silver linings, but they don't exist.
I kind of feel
about
like
that.
they knew.
If they can
I
afford
kind of feel
one,
like they knew. They knew from
they'll
the
get a
jump.
free
That's my
mammy
opinion.
surrogate.
Say that again, Snapple.
I think they knew. I think they knew they
Hmm.
was brothers and they didn't give a fuck.
Who the
That's
fuck
just my
knows?
opinion.
Could
They
be.
knew. They just wanted a wholesome story to break it to everybody because word gets around.
Like I said, I'm surprised they didn't see their family resemblance. And I'm thinking, like, at any point before they got married, nobody discussed any family or relatives and who knows who. I mean, it's really a small world when you get to talking to people, and you will be surprised how certain people are related. So they didn't discuss each other's families. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why you are fucking and marrying people that you just don't, absolutely nothing about. These situations are getting weirder and weirder. You trying to figure out how in the fuck did this shit happen?
And black people be the main ones talking about you gotta vet everybody, and you're not even vetting the niggas that you with. What? You're not vetting anybody. That girl fucked her entire brother and produced with him. Okay, they looked alike to me as well. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I saw that too. They really did look alike.
Well, ladies, guess what? What we talked about before is, the Blackistan is like falling apart. The veil has been lifted. Motherfuckers finna be hungry. We said that this was coming this year, but guess what? It's showing up now. Okay, you're finding out that you need the others to go ahead and live your day-to-day life in a functional way. I advise you to stop getting smoke with them because they're leaving you now, and the niggas are not going to be able to help you whatsoever. From Portland to DC. Let's go with DC first.
It arrived with much fanfare, but tonight the Walmart on H Street in Northeast is closing its doors at the end of March.
And it's a decision that comes as a surprise to shoppers who rely on this very location. Fox 5 reporter Nana Senya Bonsu here in studio with us tonight. So, Nana, why do they say that they're closing, and how are people reacting to all this?
So right now, we told you it's happening, and they're not going to tell you it's because your sons are fucking up. They're making a generic, the store is not performing statement, but the store is performing. According to the neighborhood, that store is always packed. But let's see how they package this shit. Food desert's coming right up. Mammies, get your bags and get the fuck on.
Now, Angie, they're saying they're closing due to performance, but people that we spoke with today at the H Street Walmart say they are shocked and disappointed. For many people, this is the closest grocery store for them. And for some people, it's the only affordable option.
Walmart is the most cheapest grocery store.
Walmart is the most cheapest grocery store. And this is the nigga that's supposed to bill you something? Let's take it back. Bitch, they said these motherfuckers was going to come through. Look at that mouth. Let's do it. Dumbass.
For some people, it's the only affordable option.
Walmart is the most cheapest grocery store in my eyes in this area or this corridor of the city.
But on March 31st, this Walmart is saying goodbye to the city, a location that serves a diverse group of customers, some who walk and others who drive.
It's very important, especially for the ones.
Look at that king. He's asking for them to stay because if the white folks leave, you ain't got nowhere to buy your hamburger helper, girl. Imagine being someone with a goddamn EBT card, going to Walmart. This is your only way to feed your family. And you got your kings that you said can provide if they wanted to. on the news begging the white folks to stay. These are the ones y'all talking about. The one with the do-rag that I told y'all to aim for if y'all ever are accosted by one of these motherfuckers. Really? It's getting real, y'all. Let's go. This almost done.
That ain't got like a car, can't move around.
I really feel sad that it's closing.
Victoria, who lives on 8th Street, just moved to the area about a month ago.
When I discovered this Walmart store, I felt like, oh, I'm gonna make here my home. This is my home because I can get everything from this Walmart.
For this busy Georgetown University student,
I got some chips, aluminum foil, and candy.
Having a one-stop grocery shop is convenient.
There's been many times I'm making dinner. Just the other night I needed like something. I came and grabbed it right quick and keep cooking.
In a statement, a spokesperson says the decision to close is difficult, but this location does not meet their financial expectations and, quote, hasn't performed as well as we hope.
Translation: you're stealing more than you're buying, and we're operating in the red. You won't stop your sons from doing what they do, so we out of here, whore. That's what that means. But they can't say it like I just said it. Oh, they're a company and they have CEOs and standards to keep. So they say the store is not performing. Let's go.
No, I don't believe that. I think it's out of reason, though. It be too. Look now, like people coming out with endless costs, big costs, full of stuff.
I feel like there's people here all the time, and yeah, I'm definitely surprised by that. It's usually pretty busy.
It's usually pretty busy. Absolutely, it's pretty busy. Well, all Walmarts are really goddamn busy. But take into account who's having them babies in those neighborhoods. When they go in there, you self-checkout, they got 10 items and they scan 5. These people do inventory control, ma'ams, sirs, all of y'all, and it ends up, costing the regular customers that aren't there to do the bullshit, right? Y'all, I can't. Let's finish. Oh, shit.
Actually, I really want to know why.
And they know this because they are here quite often.
Every day?
Once every week or two. I come to this Walmart every week.
There are 2 other Walmart locations in the city, but not close enough for these loyal 8th Street customers.
I guess I'll have to either shop online.
There are like giant Whole Foods on the other side down 8th Street, but it's not the same price range.
Now, for customers that do have prescriptions at this location, the pharmacy does close on March 17th, but Walmart says they can transfer prescriptions to the other locations in the city if that works for you. Now, let's go back to Walmart citing that performance is the reason why they're closing. We did ask them if we can have some numbers just to compare a store that has high performance to get a better understanding of what Walmart is saying to us. They say those numbers currently are not something they can share with the public.
I told you. What did I tell you? Sis with that beautiful yellow dress on knows good and damn well that reason that they gave is not the real reason. So she asked, and Walmart told her that is not available for the public because it's not socially acceptable for the public. Okay. With your niggas in your community, guess what? They're fucking over the children. They're fucking over the elderly. Don't forget, a lot of people use the Walmart for their prescriptions, the stuff that they need, their blood pressure medicine and that type of shit. But as long as he can get what he wants about the store, I guess it's fuck the old people, fuck the children. Right? Snapple, what you got?
I never saw a Walmart on the corner like that. I was just like, what?
Can I just tell you about that neighborhood?
Wait, Snapple, she's talking real quick.
I'm sorry. No, that just threw me. I just never saw a Walmart that looked like that. But it's crazy how everybody's trying to press them to say what it is. Like, show us the numbers. No, it's not. It's always packed. Take a fucking hint. It's closing because of you, especially that, I'm talking to Ty Roach that was on the screen. It's you. So like, oh, it's always packed. I think it's something else. It's you. That's why they're closing. Let them close. Like, are you serious?
Is there
maybe they'll build them a Family Dollar?
Is there such thing as an underperforming Walmart? Walmart has the best prices for people, and their stores rarely, if ever, fail. But if you have people taking shit up out of there, not paying for it, first of all, they need to close down those self-checkout lines because the motherfuckers steal off of there all the goddamn time. Even your congressman, remember that little councilman we showed up here, right? That he tried to flag the video. Remember that shit? Okay, all them niggas shop there. But if you don't ring it up, that the money that's coming in versus what's going out, that's gonna get them to snatch their shit up out your store.
Hey, DV.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I remember when I was living in Florida and we had a hurricane warning coming through, and I decided to try to run to my Walmart that was like 5 minutes from my house real quick to get something last minute, and the Walmart was closed. And I was so shocked. Parked my car, walked to the store, didn't understand why the door didn't open. I go back home and I find out that the governor, because they were trying to encourage people to not try to hunker down, but actually evacuate, asked all the Walmarts in our region to close. So the thing is, Walmart is like always open. They don't want to close. This is an example of how bad it must be to force them to move.
No, here's the deal, y'all. These people don't understand how bad they need these stores until they're gone. I have showed y'all several videos of women sitting up here making excuses for the robberies and shit that their men do. But let me tell you something. Once you figure out that when you come out your house and you don't have anywhere to buy your groceries, then you're going to get upset. By then, it's too late. You need to make sure the behavior is already checked. If you're staying in Blackistan, of course, because if you divested, this ain't going to affect you, okay? Because everybody else going to have their shit. But you're going to have a class of very hungry, very weepy people. And they're on their fucking way. Look, here's one. Let me show you.
These siblings are furious. Their brother, who police say was an armed robber, was gunned down by a store clerk. The pair acknowledges that he was wrong for Roosevelt Rapley to try and rob the Dollar General on North Gettysburg Avenue, but they say the clerk shouldn't have had a gun at work. Rochelle and Juwan Rapley say their younger brother, Roosevelt Rapley, was the second of 10 siblings killed by gunfire.
I still don't believe it. Like, at the end of the day, I don't believe my brother is dead. It ain't kicked in yet.
And they're furious about how it happened.
At the end of the day, that's not right.
Police say a Dollar General clerk shot and killed 23-year-old Roosevelt, who showed a gun and demanded cash Wednesday.
Witnesses indicated that the weapon was brandished and pointed at employees.
The siblings recognize their brother's wrongdoing.
He got some responsibility, but not all.
But they say that still doesn't...
That's what your mammies are doing, making excuses for poor behavior. So that's your face on the TV, and they're going to take all the shit away from you and your children because you make excuses for the niggas in your community. And make no mistake about it, they've noted it, and it's underway. What we said last year is finally underway. They are hauling ass. Aldi, Dollar Generals, Walmart, Save-A-Lots. All these people are getting the fuck away from y'all, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
So he woke up that morning, got the gun, and decided to go rob somebody and got shot. But it wasn't his fault. Oh, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Some of it was his fault. It wasn't completely his fault.
It ain't never
right.
their fucking fault. It's never.
But you see this is just like what DZ and the other ladies have been saying. These mammies expect everyone else to just be willing victims to their Tyrones. We're all supposed to just bend over and take it voluntarily, no matter what he wants to do to us. If he wants to rob us, bend over and take it. If he wants to R-word us, bend over and take it. If he wants to unalive us, bend over and take it. No, we have the right to not be victims.
I just can't get over the complete lack of reasoning, any kind of empathy for the
empathy
just,
from the black community. Really,
I know.
Nah.
I mean, if it were me and my brother was, in that, I'd have been like, well, I'm glad you did what you had to do.
I wouldn't have.
Because I've been like, well, I always knew it was going to come down to this at some point, but.
No, I wouldn't.
It's just how could you even?
I don't think you can hear me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull you down. Check it out. I don't think that I would have been doing a interview about my brother Robert. I don't know him. I don't fucking know him. I'm not talking to the news station. I'm not getting ready to try to reason. I'm not trying to figure out what the fuck they got going on. Huh?
That part.
Fuck them. It is what it is. So that was DC. Go ahead.
I've actually been following these closings, And this is the definition of laugh now, cry later. See, because they were talking shit at first, and now they're crying like, talking about how they have to spend all this gas money to do all this extra travel and all this other stuff, and where are we gonna go now? And on top of that, on top of this closing, I just found out that the last 2 stores are closing in Portland, Oregon on March 24th. So if they want to go to one, they'll have to travel outside of Portland's city limits. So it's not just this store that's closing in Washington, D.C. on the 31st. It's 3 of them total, and those are near the Capitol. So they don't even want them over there anymore. They don't want them anywhere near it. But I actually read, some more articles about these closures, and I found it interesting that they said that a few of their stores in Illinois and Arkansas will be pickup only. So there will be no more in-store shopping. And I found that interesting because we were just talking about that. And I know what some people are thinking. Well, they may think that something is better than nothing. Well, yes and no, because as soon as I said that about picking up your groceries, the pickup time slots got worse and worse, and then it became harder and harder to schedule pickups, which means that not only will people be racing for empty slots, but when you need to get your groceries, you may not be able to pick them up the same day unless you go somewhere else. So you'll probably end up doing a lot more ordering in advance. Now that could change when they decide to go total pickup, because then they can redirect those workers that they keep, as cashiers and, door greeters and stuff like that. They can use them to fill more and deliver more orders instead of just having them, behind the cash register at the door. And they can expand the pickup only department. But to be honest, there are several positions that will become obsolete when it comes to these Walmarts in a minute anyway, or they will probably just have them using kiosks when they have any questions or concerns, because several Walmarts already have those kiosks. But I mean, it's a lot to flesh out when it comes to this. I don't really think people understand how bad it's getting. This is like going on around the country in multiple states at the same time.
Let me address this real quick. Brooke, let me tell you something. White people don't move like black people do. They are a lot more strategic. That's why they rule the whole fucking planet. Even though they're the minority on this planet, right? They rule this motherfucker. Now, let me tell you why what you're saying seems like you're trying to derail a little bit. And the link is down there, okay? When they're getting ready to do something that's riling black people up, they'll go ahead and take out the trash, right, in their neighborhoods, and then they come take 2 of yours out your neighborhood. Then they'll take some up out of their trash neighborhoods, then come get 3 more of yours. So when you say that's a white city, ma'am, what point are you making? Because there's a ton of black people that live there, right? From what I understand. Okay, they're not going to just come for black neighborhoods because that's going to make somebody's eyebrows lift up and say, oh, they're just doing that to black people. Every single time I show you that these stores are leaving these communities, there's always one person that says, but that city's white. Oh, that store is not busy. Or that, go ahead, keep making excuses for it. And at the end of the day, you're going to see what's going on. But like I said, they're a lot more strategic than niggas. If niggas wanted to show some goddamn work, what'll happen is they'll just come snatch all out of one area and then they're gonna get called out on it. Well, the Walton family don't want to be called out on it, so they're gonna take some of the trashier ones out too. I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. You can't ignore what's actually happening because it's happening, ma'am. It's happening.
And DC, can I just add to what you just said about the strategic part?
Go ahead.
That Walmart you just showed, that Aaliyah just talked about, being right by the Capitol. It is literally, I haven't been in there, but I passed it. It is you literally right around the corner from Capitol Hill where Congress meets every single day. Do you really think they want a Walmart and all the craziness it brings around them when they're trying to go into work every day? The members of Congress don't all have limos. You know what I'm saying? So the strategic part, it's not just about general public safety. I'm sure that Asian lady in the clip and that black college student, that girl, they seem like nice customers and all that. But members of Congress are probably sitting up here like, why the hell is there a Walmart right down the street from where we work? People have to think about that. I'm sorry.
And people don't want to believe what's happening is actually happening. And you can keep the blinders on all you want to. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right.
That's what I was just saying about, we already addressed that too, the people who like to deflect and all of that, because we already talked about this last time we were talking about this very thing. They are doing that strategically. It doesn't matter how white the city is, they don't want you in their neighborhood. They don't want a Walmart there because they already know the type of clientele that having a Walmart anywhere near them attracts. So that is the reason why they are getting rid of the Walmarts, even in some of the white neighborhoods. Because to be honest with you, a lot of them never wanted those Walmarts there, bringing their property values down anyway. They never wanted those Walmarts there. You have to understand that. So when shit like this happens, they are thrilled in a lot of these predominantly white areas. They don't want you coming over there to their Walmart anywhere near them. They already know. So I think that that's something that keeps flying over their head, and that's very important. Stop missing that point. They don't want you there.
I keep saying it. They don't like you. I don't know why that's so hard.
I honestly, Nefertiti and all y'all, I don't think they want to believe what's happening is actually happening. It's not registering something, but it is what it is. It's happening. And like I told y'all, divested women, when these women come looking for you as a second option because the first option has failed, you better stop discussing your finances and all that type of shit with them, because you will they'll become a burden on you. Okay, they will sit there, look at the ceiling while the house is burning down around them, and look, some of them know it's burning down, and they choosing to stay. Let them stay, right?
DZ, someone in Discord shared something about Airbnb. Now Airbnb is now going to be allowed to ban you based on who you normally travel with as well. So oh, you saw that too?
No, but I saw an article about, I didn't see it in Discord, but I did see the actual story.
Exactly. So tying back to what you've been saying, so you need to, I'm sorry, what you and Neff have been saying, you need to cut these birds off, because you can get banned from stuff if you're known to associate with them. If you're always bringing that mammy as friend and her son with you on your vacations, and they notice that, there's always a problem with that person, they can ban you even when you're traveling by yourself because they don't trust you.
China has something called a social credit score. How long do y'all think it's going to be before it comes to America? Have y'all heard of social credit scores?
Oh yeah, I said it earlier. I said not earlier, but I said it before to somebody that it's not going to be too long before they start adopting that here. Oh, absolutely.
Social credit score is going to get y'all banned from a lot of shit if y'all keep entertaining the Blackistani community. Okay, if your brother, the one you keep fighting me over, has a criminal record and you always dealing with him, texting him and all this other shit, well, your social credit score goes down. Okay, I'm sorry, but just go look it up. Type in Google or type in YouTube, Asia social credit score. Huh? It's not going to be just about finances. It's going to be about who you allow around you. I've already told y'all, quit bringing these little motherfuckers to your job interviews, to your walkthroughs at these apartments and shit like that, because motherfuckers see who you allow around you. And like they say, birds of a feather flock together. At least that's what motherfuckers say. Okay, I don't know if you like that or you're not, or you just trying to play friend with your family, but you better quit taking them places with you. You better quit paying their bills with your debit card and the lights is in their name. Stuff like that is tracked. It's tracked. So if the light bill says Lakeisha Johnson and your name is Francis Robinson, if you pay her shit, they got record of that. You're associated with her and the shit she got going on as per with that electric company. It is what it is. There's a paper trail on everything. That's why when people snatch videos down and all that shit here, like Kyra was telling me before we went live, it doesn't matter if they take it down or you take it down. There is a record that video existed. So if you don't want something happening to you, do not put your shit up there at all. Don't get emotional and make crazy ass posts on Facebook and Instagram and that type of shit. If you're feeling away, back the fuck up, because sometimes that shit will come back and haunt you. That's why whenever I say some shit, I'm willing to stand 10 toes down on that motherfucker, because I mean what I'm saying. Y'all better be careful out here.
To add to what DZ's saying, yes, be mindful of what you're posting on social media. There's still Black women who were really popping their mouths during those St. Fentanyl riots, and they got low-key got blacklisted. Like, they have trouble getting jobs because of the stuff they were popping. And depending on where you are in your career, especially, companies do go back about 5 years, especially when you get into higher tier positions. Knock it the fuck off. And that also, remember also, we're in the digital age. There is very easy to keep track records of everything. Stop putting money on your cousin's books when he's in prison too.
That part. Oh my God. I'm so glad you brought that shit up. Yes, Kim, in the chat, social credit score. They already have it in Asia, and it's just a matter of time before it comes here. Shop CE, are you Dusty?
No, ma'am. Hello. How you guys doing?
Amazing. How are you?
I just want to call in real quick about the DC thing. I was gagging and laughing. So, I'm not expecting people to remember me, but I live in DC. I called in about that lady who got attacked on the bus. Anywho. So I'm not surprised that this DC location is being closed down. I unfortunately had to go in there yesterday. And usually I do pick up, normally I'm a Whole Foods, Lidl, Target, Trader Joe's girl, blah, blah, blah. And coming in there were guys at open market, if you know what that means. You get what I'm saying? They were open market selling. And it's like they figured out, well, since the Walmart is closing, fuck it. They're open air just selling. And the funny thing is that there are cops in there. There were cops in there.
Care.
I know.
That's what they have. Black people don't have anything to lose. And I told y'all that's one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on the planet. A bitch that don't have nothing to lose, especially a Black man that don't have nothing to lose. He'll set your ass on fire, as evidenced by earlier.
And when I saw, I was like, oh, they just open air. Fuck it, whatever. Now, and I don't go in that location at all very much. And when I do, I regret it. But I had to be in that area. And anyway, it's closing, whatever. There's somehow though, Aaliyah and you guys were talking about the closing. Somehow DC has gotten in the last year and a half a new Safeway, a new our first Lidl, and
a new Wegmans.
And a Wegmans, yes. Oh, you're a DC girl? Yes, a Wegmans. Somehow.
Okay, so what's going on? I mean, I'm trying to put all of this together.
No, it's nothing. Just like
she's trying to say they're tracking the neighborhoods. Those are in different neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry. So anyway, I just wanted to call about that. I think it's funny. I don't really care, but anyway, I just want to chime in about that real quick.
Did you see the guy with the black skull cap outside?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Anyway, I just want to call about that. I guess.
Thank you for sharing, Shop.
Thank you. Yes. I appreciate you guys. Bye.
Appreciate you too. It's always the landscape is changing, and like I said last time I was here, I'm loving it because just talking about it isn't doing anything. Well, the powers that be they're making moves. They're not talking about it anymore behind closed doors. They're being very, very politically correct, but they are discussing it in the public now. Ladies, you have to put yourself first. You have to, and part of that is going to be you dropping those motherfuckers over in Blackistan. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to, or you're going to be a casualty of war right along with them. Okay. My opinion is the society is turning into the haves versus the have-nots. Okay. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of that history. It's coming. I don't know if it's temporary or permanent, but it's coming. You don't want to be on that side of history. Okay.
Easy. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna step down. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. You know, Sojourner Passport predicted those peace walls 15 years ago in that book. Now it's happening in real time. You want to make sure you're on the right side of those peace walls, ladies.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm already there. Go ahead, Aaliyah. I'm telling you, I'm already there. I've been there. Y'all have been gone for 30 years. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, when you were talking about the social capital scorecard, see, the thing is, social capital has always been a thing. No, they don't give you an official score for it here in the US, but when you think about it, that's what they call classes. So social capital has always been a thing. When people look at you, they look at everything as a whole. Who is this person? Yep. What family do they come from? Look at this person's appearance. Who are you? What neighborhood are you from? What do you do for a living? These are questions that people will ask you. Are you married? What school did you go to? But see, we are the type, we catch attitudes and feel like nobody has any rights questioning us. Well, that's not your business. But that's what I'm saying. Most of the time, I'm telling you, when I first started going to my gym before I had to stop going because they open way too late in the mornings, it was a very exclusive gym and it was primarily white women. And they did not talk to me at first. It took them a long time to warm up to me. And what I didn't know at the time is that they were trying to fill me out, flesh me out to see who I was and what did I do. And I actually had to go there for a while until one of them actually came up and introduced themselves to me. And she was like, okay, well, I've seen you for a while. Now you're a regular. So when we think people are not paying attention to what we're doing, they are. And they want to know who you are, where did you come from, and what are you doing here? That's exactly when you go to stuff like that. So I said social capital has always been a thing. And that's why I've never had a problem with introducing myself. And when people ask me questions, I have no problem answering those questions. Because I mean, it's called gatekeeping. We call it gatekeeping. But that's really what it is. It's social capital. And once you fuck that up, that's it. You're done. Nobody wants to be around you like that. It just is what it is.
And the thing is, to add to what Aaliyah is saying, you have to remember the mammies vastly outnumber us. So we are guilty by association. So we're going to be assumed guilty until we prove ourselves differently. I mean, it sucks, but those are facts. This also applies when you're a job, when you're a manager or an HR where you have permissions or the ability to hire people. The mammies of yesteryear were slipping in all types of unqualified grapes into these positions. They abused their power. So if you're a manager and you see someone also, let me also interview your candidate and all that shit, it's because of the mammies of yesteryear. You're going to have to prove your stripes. Look, I've been through this too. And basically show that you have some damn sense that you're cut differently from the mammies. It sucks, but it's facts.
Check it out, y'all. Let's go with the protected class.
More breaking news. Take a look at your screen right now. Authorities say this man, Kaiser Suggs, was released from jail in Clayton County, even though he's wanted for murder charges in Fulton. 11 Alive's Latasha Gibbons joins us now live from the Fulton County Jail with how this happened.
If you didn't hear that shit, you better listen. He's wanted for murder and was let out of jail. When I tell you niggas are a protected class, they are. They're not oppressed. They know what they're doing. They know what's going on. They understand what the fuck I'm saying. They can pretend like they don't to keep the mammies in check, but they know what I'm saying. Those courts are very lenient on niggas because they don't want to have to hear the mammy's mouth. But make no mistake about it, mammies, your time is winding down, as evidenced by all the shit we talked tonight. It's winding down. How in the hell is he wanted and let out? Let's go.
Well, good evening, Jennifer. The suspect was supposed to be turned over to Fulton County, where he would have been in jail behind me right now. But at this hour, he remains at large because he was released from jail by another county by mistake. Take a good look at his mugshot. Clayton County.
That's your babies. That's your babies. Y'all better listen to that social shit we was just talking about and separate yourself from this bullshit. I don't know if they found him yet or not. I don't know where he is, and neither do the cops. So you better keep your head on a swivel, okay? Because y'all think this is the only one that this happened to? Y'all think this is the only one? This is the only one that's being talked about, to be honest with you. Let's finish.
County Interim Sheriff Levon Allen sent out an alert about 3 hours ago, naming the man you see right here, Kaiser Ulrich Suggs, as a wanted murder suspect. Allen said Suggs was in custody at the Clayton County Jail for aggravated assault charges. Well, those charges were dropped in November. According to court records, it was because prosecutors couldn't locate victims in the case. The Clayton County Sheriff's Office then released him from jail that same month, but he should have been turned over to Fulton County. Now, this indictment shows Suggs, along with other suspects, were charged with felony felony murder connected to a January 2021 home invasion in Union City. Now, Suggs and his co-defendants were indicted months later in September of 2021. Now, take another good look at your screen. If you know the whereabouts of Kaiser Ulrich Suggs, you should call police. Now, it's important to note they are considering him armed and dangerous. Now, we're working to get more details as to what happened in that chain of events, but we are told the 2 employees who are believed to be responsible for this mishap have been placed on administrative leave during this investigation.
I can guarantee you the mishap happened. Listen, I live in Georgia, and I can almost guarantee you some mammies let him up out of there. Okay? Those jails in the Atlanta area are staffed by mammies from top to motherfucking bottom. Okay? I don't think this was a mistake. But let me tell you this, right? Do y'all think this is the only one that's ever happened? Do y'all think that all the niggas that y'all see in y'all's neighborhoods are supposed to be there? They don't have warrants. They don't have DV records. They don't have all this shit going on. If you think that that's the only one, I got a bridge in Brooklyn and Manhattan to sell your motherfucking ass, but y'all better be careful. What's happening, panel?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my background, both my parents correction officers, and that happens a lot. The people who need to stay in there get out. So yeah, absolutely. No, there is plenty of people who there's counties looking for them, and that really should not be out here, that are just roaming.
I don't think black women give a fuck about this shit, to be honest with you. Separate yourself from these bitches. They're still worried about black men not wanting them. They're concerned about what celebrities are fucking who. Let's see if she's a white woman, or let's look at her and squint our eyes real tight to see if she's phenotypically black. That's the type of shit that they're worried about. Meanwhile, they're going to be going hungry. Separate yourself from bitches like this.
Okay, so I got
please.
a question that I feel like needs to be asked. Y'all don't be embarrassed to say y'all don't like black women. Like, what the fuck? Like, your mother is black, your sister is black, your cousin is black, your auntie is black, your grandma is black, your great grandma is black, your ancestors is black. So you don't be embarrassed. Like, science has even proven that people are more attracted to their own race and draw towards their own race because of similarities, right? And that's every race. But black men. Like, y'all don't be embarrassed.
That's all they give a fuck about. Okay? That's all they care about. Meanwhile, Rome is burning. But that's okay. Keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do, bitch.
I'm so sick of them constantly with that your mama black, your sister, your cousin. They know that. That is not an effective argument at this point. They don't give a damn because they feel like they mama don't got shit to do with you. They don't want to talk to y'all. Constantly throwing up that they mama black don't mean shit. That's why I say a lot of this stuff they doing now, they just playing themselves. How long y'all been saying this shit, and how long y'all gonna continue on to keep saying this shit? Because I hear that all the time, and it has no effect on them whatsoever.
Once they get the letter in the mail that their entitlement has been cut, that the Walmart is leaving their area, that redlining is happening, and yes, we don't want you around, because I've heard 3 white men say this shit on public forums this past week. Once they get that and their stomachs start growling and they're having to travel 25 miles to get to a head of cabbage, then maybe we can talk. But until then, I'll just keep listening to see if your stomach growling, and we'll watch whatever celebrity is getting ready to fuck a white bitch. How about that part? I'm going to Discord. See y'all next time. Love y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.